please subscribe to this video, hit the notification button, like, comment, and share.
Tingnan nyo guys ha. Enjoy na enjoy so far, malamig.
So they completed it, they put a toll on the road to pay back their investors. They did budget £150,000 to build the road. It was pounds back in the old days, and it ended up costing twice as much. That's Australian pounds, by the way. Now,
what's a pound? How much is a pound?
Oh yeah, these days we're talking about probably $3 billion to build this road. So you can't really compare how much a pound is to a dollar. Cost a lot of money. But they built this road all by hand. It was by shovels, axes, wheelbarrow and dynamite. No machinery was used whatsoever on the road. Now it is the longest war memorial in the world. 243 kilometres of beautiful, windy roads along rocky cliffs, through rainforest and through farmland. Returned soldiers worked for the whole 30 years on the road, and afterwards brought the land up and cleared the land for farming. They were surrounded by their comrades who went through similar problems as they did in the wars. The shock of the war was very much for these soldiers coming back. Some did not even return to their families. Now the father of Australian surfing is from the States, USA, from Hawaii. His name is Duke Kanakamoku. Now, back in 1910, he was on an isolated island in the Hawaiian chain. Now, he did not have missionaries on the island. They spoke the old language. They worshipped the old gods. So they kept the old traditions. Part of the old tradition was to go out on a plank of wood, have wreaths of flowers around the neck, throw these flowers into the ocean, and the goddess of the sea will give them a bountiful supply of fish in the year to come. But she didn't have flowers, so she'd be very, very happy. And pay respects by going wave sliding back into shore. He went to the main island of Maui. He realised the Polynesian people lost their languages in the way. He started teaching the old ways. Very quickly he came to realise he could put on a show, surfing and swimming. He was a very good swimmer. So he ended up going to California, doing the same, swimming and surfing. People would flock down to see him. He caught the attention of the Olympic team. He joined the swimming team and won medals for USA. He got the travel bug, went all the way to Sydney on a ship. He arrived in Bondi Beach, where people would flock down in their top hats surface at the time. But it's a must, Bells Beach. Coming into Anglesea. Anglesea named after the same place in Wales. Initially 1850s timber town. Now mining just finished. It was sandstone. Underneath the sandstone is coal. There was a power plant here. It's just closed down there. 5 years to fix the big hole. I don't know how they're going to do that, but you might see it through the trees on the right. Australia has 500 years worth of coal that they found, and they believe they only found 20%. So much coal here, but obviously you all know coal is not good for the environment. Today, tourist town. Some people have apartments in the city and a house out here in
Why nets, race nets, and nets for the
Kaya napapakadelikado.
can be pretty bad.
the guides are not allowed to wear them in the centre. So I know the flies are fine when they
The guides aren't allowed to wear them?
No, 'cause it kind of looks bad because no one else is doing it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that you could just sell them.
Yes.
Because if everyone else has got flies going in there, like,
That's what they
Who
were doing.
wants
That's
that?
what they do in the States. The gigantic markup.
if I was somewhere with a bunch of flies flying over there, which feel
I found my FM receiver.
What?
Thing for my music. See how long the Wi-Fi lasts later, but I've got a bit of music there, but some of it's Dutch. Start losing FM reception along here. See how long the Wi-Fi lasts.
Ano? Oh.
Dapat ganun kami.
Okay. Hindi, dito na nga kamay ko.
Tapos matakot ka kapag may lumapit sa'yo, no?
Oops. Look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out.
Gagi, dito maganda mag-time-lapse. Kasi, gusto ko. Ayan, oh. Saya, oh.
Tignan natin. Let's try, let's try, let's try. Let's try, let's try.
Takot siya sa kamay mo. Naging takot siya sa kamay mo, babe.
Let's try, let's try.
Tataka
Tignan mo siya. Try mo, try mo.
Ayun, kanina lumapit na siya.
Kaya nga, eh.
Just look at this one. It's colorful.
Bakit?
Chosen one. Who's the chosen one?
Brazil.
Let's go. Oh, come on.
Ang gubat ka ba?
Dito pa sa atin.
Hindi. Sige po. Siya. Wow!
Nice.
Wow! 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 Patay ka at iwanan natin si Tare. Ayari ka na. Yan. Ako naman.
Andali
Ako
ako
naman,
na.
guys.
Go.
Hindi niya inon yung camera. Grabe.
Tapos pay it forward mo din.
Ano yun? Full body. Tayo kaya, tayo.
O, game kayo dalawa. Go. 1, 2, 3. Tingin kayo. Yan. Ay!